Pixels and Plunder.
Pixels and Plunder,
Episode 5?
Episode 5. Episode 5. So we were going to title this episode...
We are going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, this is going to piss people off.
Oh, yes.
We're going to have some very heated opinions in this...
This
next episode here. And it's kind of at a level where... We have had this conversation so many times.
We have.
That, like, it's going to make people mad. It's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion, right? Everybody is. And if that pisses you off, then...
Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
So this episode, we are going to discuss
I will say that we are not the only ones that have this opinion.
No,
either.
Far from the only ones.
Yeah.
But we are going to talk about the hot button issue of AI.
And not just AI. AI in photography.
AI in photography. Because it's a very real, very... let me give you my best real-world example of how AI is impacting photography. So recently, just a couple months ago, I had a client reach out.
It wasn't even a couple months, was it?
Oh,
wasn't it just like last month?
I think it was just last month, yeah. It's been a long last couple of weeks of winter, you know.
I agree.
And it reached out for headshots, booked me through our website, and I was available for his date and time and everything. And I was like, okay, when do you want to do this? And then he responded and just said that he was going to try an app instead. He was just going to try an app.
Yeah. And
I'm like, okay. I'm not super broken up about losing a client for headshots, I suppose. Like, I'm sad about losing a client anytime. Am I supposed to move this? You keep looking at it. Should I,
No, you're fine.
should I scooch it? A little scoochy.
I mean, scooch it.
But this guy literally, for his professional headshots, oh, I lost the magnet.
Yeah.
Chose to rely on an app versus actually having his photograph taken. And man, I'm really struggling with this.
I see that.
So did you just clip
I just clipped it.
Oh,
I was just like,
clipped
screw it.
You were like, I'm not doing the magnet thing.
No.
Okay. Is that better?
That's fine. It was fine before.
You just kept staring at it. So
honestly, I was kind of just staring off into space.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay. We're already
fine,
at that point.
Yeah.
Of squirrel mom and some.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, like I actually lost a client because some guy chose to use an app and AI to replicate a photo of himself versus actually just having a photograph taken.
Right.
And like that fundamentally was shocking for me. I was like, are you serious? Like people actually do this? People actually would rather use AI to replicate a fake image of themselves versus actually having their photograph taken.
Well, we're going to get into that.
And it just like, it blew my mind. And
honestly,
that's just one example.
It doesn't surprise me.
We have a lot of examples to go through.
We do.
Yeah.
But first, let's talk about what we've been up to.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks.
It has been a while. It's actually been a while.
Definitely apologize. We are trying. We are really trying. But as many of you know, life happens, and sometimes things don't align, right?
And then we're busy people.
We are. So let's start with you. What have you been up to, Josh? I know you had the Fest Friends Feast last weekend.
Friends Feast this last weekend, which was amazing. I'd never done it before. Last year was my first year being in Fest Friends.
Okay.
And every year prior, we'd always heard about it, always heard about the Winter Feast, and we'd be like, God, that'd be so awesome to go. I never were able to go. Finally, we're able to go. And it was like, you know, we just had it, so you can relate. But you know, like when winter is just wintering.
Yes.
And then you get like 3 days of 50 degrees.
And you're all excited.
And it's just sunny and warm, and like all you want to do is be outside, even if it doesn't matter if you're not doing anything.
And the dopamine is popping.
Yeah, that's what it was. But it was just like all packed into one little evening. and all of these people in this one room, like it didn't matter what we were doing.
Yeah.
Like half the time, people are just standing there talking to each other,
Yeah.
walking around, looking at silent auction, drinking.
Yeah.
You know, like what we usually do at Fest anyway.
Sans the silent auction.
Yes, without the silent auction, but
Yeah.
but yeah, that's basically what it was, and it was a super cool experience.
Awesome.
Um,
Lakes and Lace is taken off for
yeah, Lakes and Lace is kind of getting nuts. Like I need to get Lakes and Lace
you.
merch apparently. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, I have a new photography brand that is basically exclusively boudoir and nude portraiture because I can't post that stuff anywhere else.
No, you cannot. Well,
So
you can post it on X, I believe.
yeah, I don't like using Twitter.
Things, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
just
and then there
not a
was
fan.
what is it, Blue Sky?
There
Was,
is Blue Sky. Blue Sky is basically like a bot haven nowadays, though.
That's
And
kind of what I heard because I started getting on there at first, and then I was like, I'm kind of done with this now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, under our normal
our normal stuff.
videos, Facebook or
Well, and even with, I looked through the terms of service with my website.
yeah,
Like, I don't have to host my own server, like actually possess my own server and host my website from it to not
because you're
worry
trying-
about
oh.
not worry about nudity.
Oh, really?
Like Google domains, like GoDaddy domains,
Yeah.
like
Well, that's probably because they don't want the adult entertainment industry.
which is not what
I'm not-
boudoir is. But
No, it is not. But anything that has to do with, I think, nudity in general, probably falls under that category because that's just the way that's the world we live in, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not shaming. It's like, hey, whatever you do, what I'm not shaming it or anything like that. But there's a lot of brands that may not necessarily want to be associated with that type of content.
right. Yeah.
And that's their choice that they
Yeah.
want to do that. Like, you and I both know that we both feel the same way, right? Like the human body is amazing no matter what shape it comes in, and if somebody is confident enough to be in front of a camera nude to get nude portraiture, and it's in an artistic, non-lewd way,
Right.
Because there is a difference between artistic portraiture and porn.
Oh,
Let's-
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a difference between artistic portraiture and erotic photography
Correct.
and porn.
Right.
You know, like it's not like a black and white thing.
No,
You know, like
it
there's a
is.
whole
But yeah.
gradient kind of a thing to it.
So, working
But-
on Lace and
so
Lace.
That's been
awesome.
taken off really good. Actually just got our other business is starting to pick up, Votter Photo,
Yeah.
because, you know, in the state of Minnesota, as a photographer, as the weather starts to warm up, everybody starts getting busy.
Yep.
Everybody starts doing things. Just had a really, really cool event fall into my lap. Was just one of those things where you know people,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be covering a event for, it's a big fundraising event for the Special Olympics.
That is amazing. I love that.
Yeah, and when I mean like a big fundraising event, so this is Lions International.
Oh, yeah. I remember you messaging me about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
So
You need a second photographer for that?
I've already got Haley helping.
You suck. No, I'm just kidding. You're probably busy that
I
weekend.
do
anyway.
need a second photographer for it, but my wife she's gonna take that
You
one.
need a third.
Probably not. Maybe. It's at the Chanhassen Dinner Theater,
Oh,
which I'm pretty excited for.
that is excellent.
Yeah.
So,
So
I'm probably gonna be
really
busy
excited for
anyway.
that. And you've been Mr. Fancy Dance Photography Man
Well-
over here. Yeah, what have you been up to for the last couple weeks? You just
Lord.
like ghost me for days. You're like, oh, I'm shooting on Canons, ew. And then here I
That's
am
true. Yeah.
fighting for Super Earth
Yeah,
all by myself.
I know.
Where are you, man?
Well, let's see. I got to do a session with Shay, our mutual
saw that.
model.
Yeah.
So she was really awesome to work with. Loved the vibe that she brought. Definitely fit into my wheelhouse of that darker style imaging, right? And super awesome gal to work with. Met her husband, and he fully supports this, kind of this journey into doing the modeling thing. She also does a little bit of photography too, so that's exciting. So I got to spend some time with her, do a shoot with her, because like right now I really am not doing a lot of TFP work at all because I just two reasons: money and time, and both of which I don't have a lot of.
For those that don't know,
Oh yes,
TFP work, TFP is basically time for photos.
or talent for photos, or
Yeah.
whatever.
So it is a model and a photographer that are just like, hey, do you want to shoot sometime? When is it most convenient for your schedule?
Right.
You get to model for me so that I get those photos, and then you also get those photos from a photographer of equal skill, and it's a mutually
Right.
beneficial,
Well,
no money exchange kind of a thing.
yeah.
It's just like,
and the nice
yeah.
thing is she's local for me,
yeah.
so it
that
was
is
really easy to coordinate.
That is
right?
really nice.
I didn't have to rent a studio. We decided to do them outside and stuff like that. Do something a little bit more environmental, which was fun.
There you
so
go.
I did that. Did some dance photos for some super talented younger dancers, right around 10 years old. So I got to do. I had one.
Those kids are crazy.
My God, I don't think they have bones. Like it's nuts.
Like, my daughters are both in dance, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll be sitting in there's like a couple different rooms, and sometimes my girls will drag me into the one room where you can see like the top windows of
Yeah.
all of the other classrooms. And what some of these kids can do is just nuts. I mean, like, I did crazy stuff when I was a kid. I was in like snowboarding and skateboarding and aggressive inline and like all of that. But like being those dancers are super, super talented.
Yep. One of them traveled from Annandale to work with me, and the other one was like the Hector No. Excuse me, that's not right. Howard Lake, like the Howard Lake area.
Okay.
So they came to work with me. Worked out really, really well. I got to do some amazing work with a Miss Minnesota, Miss America contestant.
I saw that.
Had to do. She needed headshots, and she also wanted some shots in her formal nightgown. And she happens to be an arborist as well, so she climbs up into trees with chainsaws and stuff, and trims trees. Yeah,
okay.
that kind. Yeah, and
I was gonna say, I feel like an arborist. I mean, especially in a state where weed is legal, an arborist could be many things.
No. They are. She actually climbs up in trees, and we got to do some fun stuff because I had her put some of her tree climbing gear on while she was wearing her evening gown.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
that
and
was cool.
so we had some of her stuff set out, and we got to have a little bit of fun. I mean, we got the normal, standard, elegant dress photos, but then we had a little fun with it, so that was fun. I just got back from North Dakota.
North Dakota.
From Grand Forks.
You sounded so Midwestern.
I
Could you say
did.
that one more
Dakota.
North Dakota.
Almost died like 4 times on the way there. We're in Grand Forks.
What happened?
Well, when you're driving a large truck with a trailer at 80 miles an hour on 94 and you find ice, you start going this way. And it happened like 4 times, and I was like, I thought, well, I'm either going to end up in the ditch or something. I was not driving, but I was hired from a production company to shoot a 3-day dance competition. So,
which is crazy.
It was absolutely nuts. I had to get up at like 4 o'clock. It was like 3:30 in the morning. I had to get up because I had to drive to Brooklyn Park to get in the truck to head to Grand Forks. And then we had to start shooting at like 3:45 that afternoon. So we had to set everything up. We had to run cables. We had to set up projectors. We had to set up TVs. We had to do all this, which I have to say, the guy who owns the production company, like he's got it like down. So, I mean, it wasn't it wasn't like bad, like frustrating, like, oh, this is not working and what do we got to, no, it wasn't anything like that. Like everything went really, really seamlessly. It was just the amount of work. And then you get like 20 minutes before the competition starts and you're sitting down and you're like, okay, trying to collect yourself. And then from 3:45 until like damn near 10 o'clock at night, it's shooting. And these competitions are not like what I'm used to with the local stuff where it's like, oh, you get a little intermission here and there. No, these are back to back. Like this person's off the stage in like a minute and a half. The next person's on the stage doing their routines.
Man.
And it was 3 days. So it was Friday, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. And then we drove back on Monday. And it was like, it was getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which was kind of it was a little bit of my choice, but a little bit of a necessity because we had to meet downstairs in the lobby of the hotel at like 6:45 so that we could get to the venue and get in and get everything going because the competition started at 7:30 in the morning. And so
Couldn't be me.
it
Holy
was
shit.
it was a lot of late nights, a lot of standing, a lot of sitting, a lot of shooting on a camera system that I was not familiar with, which it was a Canon R6. And it was the bane of my existence. No, it really wasn't that bad. I have gripes about it because, like, I couldn't see the grid lines, and you cannot change the color of the grid lines. They're like this kind of subdued gray.
Oh.
And they were very specific. I was very specific about making sure that the dancers are always center frame. Mm-hmm. Whatever. That is a choice that they make. I am their employee, and I tried to make that happen as much as I possibly could, but I could not see those goddamn grid lines. So
That's
that was
crazy
tough.
that you can't change the color on.
No, we actually tried to Google it, and even Google said, yeah, in that particular model, you cannot change the color of the grid lines, and they're like a subdued, darker gray. Like they are very
crazy.
Difficult to see.
That's not convenient
there
for
was
anybody.
Yeah, there were some frustrations there. But yeah, overall, I mean, like I had a great time. Like it was a lot of work. I had a great time. The caliber of dancers once you got up into we're talking about these girls that are like, juniors and seniors in high school, right? That's what this competition is. The competition runs from like even little girls that are down to like 5 and 6 all the way up, the whole school gamut.
Dang.
But I mean, to see what some, kind of echoing what you were saying, to see what some of these girls could do, like with their leaps and how far they could get off the ground and all that other stuff. Like it's fascinating to me, which is why I love doing dance photography.
Well, and like I'm sitting there helping my daughters get their shoes on, and one of the assistant teachers is just standing there, standing straight on her toes.
Yeah.
Just watching. And I'm like, I would die.
Yeah.
With all of the practice in the world, I'd still die.
Yeah.
There's no way that I could do that for that long. And I have really good balance, but not that. That's a whole other level.
Yeah. So actually, for the rest of the month, don't have a lot on the docket, but I am super, super excited about this Saturday because I get to work with the owner of our local dance company, Touch of Grace. I get to photograph her daughter and do some dance photos for her. Super talented ballet dancer. Like, she is incredible.
If your mom owns the dance studio.
Right, and her mom was classically trained in ballet, too.
You're pretty good,
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
but her mom was, and of course, as a parent, probably drives her a little bit harder, right? But her mom is classically trained as well in ballet, so I have photographed her. She also does kickline, and since my daughter was in kickline and I was at the competitions and stuff,
So naturally.
she's one of those people and I don't know if not everybody's going to know what a Russian jump is, but it's where they jump up and they basically do a split in the air, like when they're facing you, and they do a split, and their legs go. Her legs don't just go straight out; they actually go up, like up, like they bend up, and the amount of flexibility that gal has is
I feel
just
like my hip
ridiculous.
just popped out of my socket just thinking about that.
Ow, my hip.
Like, God, that.
Yeah. So super
Leg
excited to
popped
get
out
to
of
work
my
with
hip.
her.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Gonna bring some really nice dramatic shots for her. So, and her
The
younger
drama.
younger daughter is getting some photos done as well at the same time, because her younger daughter, who's my daughter's age, just got into her first set of point shoes for ballet. That sounded like your camera just shut off. Or
Yeah,
something.
what the fuck was that, camera? Maybe we'll just cut to yours for this one.
I would laugh if it was out of battery.
At least for this time.
I'm not even gonna lie. If it was out of battery, I'm gonna laugh.
I do have one battery that is actually shit, and I think it's that one.
You should probably dispose of it then.
I think it's that one.
Okay.
It told me I had a full battery. You sons of
Not
bitches.
anymore.
I mean, yours is still going, so
I know. So that'll be fun to add that into the thing.
just camera dies.
Camera dies right in the middle of the recording.
No big deal.
No.
It's fine. Okay. Now the other one's back up. Are you going to die on me right away? No? You actually?
No. We'll get. Well, I mean, it didn't die right away. We got 5 minutes in.
Yeah,
so
we got 5 minutes into it. It's
fine.
fine. You know, I'm just going to...
That gives me a chance to try out some of this agave juice.
The agave juice.
Agave. So,
Where are my other batteries? What is this? Aha. Okay.
that just is kind of. Not like a lot of flavor. It's just kind of sweet.
right? It's
Yeah.
pretty good. It's not bad.
So now that the camera's recording.
Now that it's going again.
So yeah, that's what's coming up.
So that's what you got going on.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Should we get into it?
Let's see. Well, I haven't talked about what I have coming on.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You-
I talked about the
you
Lions thing. That's
yeah.
this Saturday.
Oh, do you have more?
No,
like
I
if-
guess that was
Okay.
that was the big thing. I'm excited about it. It's pretty cool.
That is. I'm excited for you.
The Lions, they are literally the world's largest nonprofit.
Besides the Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
Not to be confused with the Illuminate. For you divers out there.
Yeah. For democracy. Yeah, we could probably get into it, the whole AI thing.
Well, I mean, if you have more to say.
No,
yeah.
actually, after I said that, I was... You son of a bitch. That camera just died again.
That kind of sounded like that to me.
Oh,
again.
my God.
So
What
you might have
is
two
this?
batteries.
You know, maybe I just need to buy new batteries. Maybe
You didn't
that's-
accidentally put your camera into 4K, did you?
No.
Okay.
Maybe I just need to buy some new batteries.
They're Pentax batteries. They're probably
Son
cheap as
of a
crap on
bitch.
Amazon.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Like Pentax batteries. Who uses those? $5.
Actually, there are very good quality off-brand Pentax batteries, and
I'm not. I'm
even the genuine Pentax batteries aren't super expensive. But
Hey.
that needs to stop happening. Camera, stop fucking dying on me. What is this?
It'd be funny if you put that battery over there and you just
Unbelievable.
ended up putting
Throwing
the
this-
same one in the same thing.
Throwing this one on a charger.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. 90% of my batteries are non-branded not branded Nikon batteries because I can't afford them. They're just crazy expensive.
I have 4 actual Pentax batteries and then 6 off-brand ones. And
I have 3 Nikon batteries and all the rest of them are off.
okay, let's try this again.
Yeah.
Again.
AI.
AI.
So maybe we should start this with, I will ask you what your opinion of AI.
As a generality, or
Oh, well, let's not do generalities because then we're gonna make this is gonna be way longer than it needs. to be.
yeah,
Let's-
and
let's
I'm not
talk
trying to get into heavy political-ish kind of real-world stuff as much as I'm trying to keep
right.
it photography focused and like.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
kind of where I want to live too.
Yeah.
So.
Because that's what this podcast is all about.
Right, photography. Photos.
But man, seriously, losing a client
yeah.
to a freaking app?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? What world are we living? Oh wow.
We're living in a world of technology, sir.
But like actually, and man, you want to know my opinion about AI? I'm sorry, not sorry. If you have to take a photograph and put it through an AI algorithm and have it regurgitate what it thinks is a better version of that photograph, put your fucking camera down. You shouldn't be doing
Quit.
it.
I agree.
Be done.
100%.
Like, be done. Grab a phone. Like, you should not be calling yourself a photographer at all.
No.
Like, once you do that, you have completely lost my respect as a shooter because that's not you anymore. Like,
It's not.
that you're literally just feeding your image into an algorithm that literally creates nothing. It's not an artist. It can't see the world. It can't look at a person and figure out how to best capture that person.
Well,
Can't
even figure out how many fingers a human has. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's definitely gotten better over the years, but seriously, like there is a very, very solid difference between being a digital artist or using composites to, or using digital art to enhance photographs.
Right.
Where you take a photograph and you put it into Photoshop, and then you yourself
Our hand drawing.
and creating something completely ethereal from that photograph. That's not what I'm talking about.
Props to all the composite photographers.
Seriously.
Because literally that is a form of digital art in photography.
Yes, and that's not what I'm talking about at all. What I'm talking about is you take a photograph of somebody that you took and you put it into an AI such as ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok or whatever, and then you give it a prompt, and then it gives you something back, and then you go, oh, look what I did.
Yeah.
No, you fucking
All
didn't.
you did was type in a couple words and let a computer do all the work for you.
Yeah, you didn't do that.
No.
That was...
Because it changed. It literally changes everything. Like it changes the lighting, it balances everything out, and basically makes a composite using your photo as a reference.
Well, and then your photograph, that person's likeness, they just have that
Yeah, it's
information.
now it's stored in the banks,
Yep.
right? It's stored in the AI banks to go back and reference
now
later.
your work will be used to alter others' work.
Yep.
So at what point is it even your work anymore?
At that, in my opinion, anybody that does that kind of stuff with AI, that is not their work. That is not a fair representation of what their capabilities are. I have seen so many photographers and so many posts of these the before photo and after piping it through AI. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, I'm sorry. Again, I am not even a blip on the photographic radar. I am not the end all be all.
Yeah,
I am
no,
not
we
some
are
sort of-
not like
but
some
but goddamn it,
hotshot photographers over
No,
here, but we
but
got opinions, and this
that
is
is
our podcast,
not-
so that's what we're going to use it for.
that it's basic. Like it just, ugh. It is
Yeah.
so incredibly infuriating.
And it just,
then
that's
people-
the best response too. It's just, ugh.
The worst part about it is that people are buying into it,
Yeah, and encouraging.
and they're like encouraging it. Like, no, like.
Yeah, and not even to speak to like I touched on like the real world aspects of it, like the actual resources being used every single time that AI is ever prompted with anything.
Right.
It's literally just you're just giving away somebody's image to some computer for them to regurgitate over and over and over again.
Right.
Like now, I mean, yeah, it's the day and age of the internet. Of course, there's bots that will just crawl the internet, and whatnot.
Well, we won't be able to get away from it.
No, but purposefully doing it
Right.
in a way that then at the end of it you go, oh, I made this.
No, you didn't. You typed a few fucking words and a computer did it.
That's the thing that just gets me the most. It's like, oh, I made this. No, you didn't. Like, no, you didn't.
No.
I have made composites before. I have worked with digital backdrops.
I have just started experimenting
but
with
that's
it.
a totally different thing because that's still something that somebody made, right? Somebody went into Photoshop or a good example was the smoke bomb image that I saw when you were scrolling by.
Yeah.
Somebody actually lined up those smoke bombs
On a
fired them off
on
all-
a black background.
fired them all off at the same time, took
Yep.
the proper photograph, and then said, other people might want to use this shot too. I'm going to sell that. That's a totally different thing because that was still an original creation that was actually made by a human being.
Well, and
Like-
some of the digital backdrops, right? Like some of the digital backdrops that I have seen and used are actually done by digital artists.
Right.
And they sell those digital backdrops to the company. I don't know what the agreements are or whatever like that, but they're digital artists that do that. And I'll tell you, the easiest way to tell if it is a digital backdrop or if it was AI generated or not, the one thing AI really doesn't do very well right now is high resolution.
Yeah.
Right? It does not do high resolution very well at all. And these digital backdrops that I'm using are the equivalent of a 16 by 20 print
Okay.
that you can hang on the wall. AI has a tough time going even to 4K,
Yeah.
right? Even 1080, like 1080p, like it gets squirrely. It
Well,
cannot
it's like it
do
looks
the high
good on your
resolution
phone.
stuff. Yeah,
But
it looks
you
great on your phone,
pull
but
that
the
up on
minute
your
you pull it up
computer-
on your computer, it's a pixelated mess. When you
Yeah.
damn
Oh,
it.
we just
I know
touched
this
speed
one.
right there.
I
No,
did
that's-
footsie.
There was a little
Footsie.
moment, yeah.
I was.
Everybody got to witness
So yeah,
that too.
so the company that I use to get the digital backdrops and stuff like that that I've been using, they're either photos that people have done in certain areas, like because they have backdrops in areas that people have actually gone out to take the photos
Yeah.
and done it, or they're digital artists that have created the backdrop and have put it. So it's not AI generated at all so far. And the reason I know that, and the reason I can tell you that, is because the resolution that I get out of those, because AI just can't do it. Now, there are...
I was going to say, now, there are places in photography for AI to benefit-ish.
AI-ish.
AI-ish to benefit photographers as a whole. Obviously, I've already kind of ranted about, like, what you should not be doing
Right.
with AI as a photographer, but there are certain instances where I have seen photographs where the focus has been missed just slightly, and that photo has been saved because of an AI algorithm powered software that can see what the image is and what you're trying to do and sharpen it accordingly.
Yes.
Right?
And a lot of that, and I want to be clear about this, because this is also why video cards are incredibly important in photography now, because a lot of that stuff can be done locally
Yes.
on the machine and not outsourced to some data center somewhere that's generating
Right.
it. Because I can tell you, like, we'll use Topaz, for example, right? Because I assume you're talking about the photo that we did for Sarah, that we
Yes.
talked about before, right?
Yep.
I can tell you that stuff is happening locally. I can literally watch on my computer, and I can hear on my computer the minute it starts processing, because it taxes my video card at 100%,
Yeah.
and the fans kick on, and I can watch that get pegged. Now, I can watch the little dial go up to 100%.
It was the finger motion with it too that really got me.
Yeah. Anyway, but the other thing that I can tell you is I've also watched my network traffic during that time, and to transfer the size file that I would need to transfer over into the cloud to have the cloud process that and whatever.
It was too fucking funny.
I'm glad you're happy.
Oh shit.
But
yeah.
There's like zero network traffic coming from my computer when it is processing those, so I know that all of that processing is being handled locally.
And then your computer gets pegged.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally agree, because like I have gotten into that with people before, and you know, the whole power usage of AI and you know the resources that we're kind of touching on the real world stuff a little bit.
We're not.
I'm keeping it relevant because you're exactly right. Like when it comes to editing photographs, and you want to talk using AI or not, what I want to reference is like just the processing power, right? Being all local. I've had the exact same experiences doing composites with Astro, because like the photograph that I shared in our last episode where it's the big star trails in between the two trees, that was like, I think like 600 photographs.
Yeah.
And every single one of those photographs was a 36 megapixel shot.
Yeah.
You know, like an actual full-sized photograph, and then they're all slammed on top of each other. Like, it took my computer, I want to say, like a solid 15 minutes to render that photograph.
Yeah.
But that's not, as you said, I'm not sending that off. That's just
it's being done locally.
Me creating it as a human being with the tools that I have at my disposal. And the worst thing about AI and the way that they're marketing it, or, you know, my computer that I have right now, I paid, I want to say like $1,700 for it. I bought it the month that the 4070 Ti came out. I bought it that month. The exact same computer now, if I were to buy it, it costs more than twice as much.
Yeah.
It's a $3,000 machine, or like $3,500 for the exact same hardware that I bought 2 years ago. Like, this isn't new hardware. The exact same RAM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah, because everything's gone up.
$1,000. Like, yeah.
So,
and so, I mean, like, AI for photographers and the way that it's going, it's scary, man. I don't like it at all.
I mean, there are some things that have helped. Again, we're talking about localized usage, like in Photoshop, right? Because we have like Photoshop has generative fill AI, right? Yeah. Which happens locally. You can send it to the data centers. They have an option to do cloud processing. I do not ever really use that. Actually, I can honestly say I've never used that option. Generative fill AI.
Generative fill, localized programs.
Local, yes.
Well, and like there's the tools that they can be are incredible.
Yes.
Like, so like you're talking about generative fill and backgrounds and stuff. So one of the models that we have with Lakes and Lace, she doesn't want her face shown. She doesn't want us using her real name. I have to change,
which is fine.
I have to change or remove her tattoos, and I have to remove a certain mole because she doesn't want any identifying features, because she's fresh out of college. She's got a career ahead of her. She doesn't want any of it.
Any accidental mishaps.
Right.
Understandable.
And so, and what we do is we basically create a persona, right? And we protect their identity. But my point is having these AI tools at our disposal isn't inherently a bad thing.
No.
Because instead of me having to take every single one of her photographs and going in and replacing pixel by pixel, I can just go over with a brush and that program will recognize, oh, you're trying to remove this from skin.
Right.
Okay.
And it'll pop the skin
And it
out.
just like, done. And it speeds my workflow, I
Right.
mean, at least by
Well,
200% easy.
yeah. Well, and that's like for me, like I use generative fill AI quite a bit. Honestly, ever since generative fill AI came out, it's kind of made me a little bit of a lazier photographer, unfortunately.
What do you use it for?
So I like having my lights in very close to my subject. Like,
Oh, so you remove
like
your
they
light
are
stand.
they're eking in the side of just about every single frame.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like they're hiding in the
Well,
little upper
yeah,
left corner.
I've
right.
used it for the same thing.
So it's nice to be able to have, instead of, because I still can, and I still have gone back and removed them manually using the clone brush and stuff like that. Because again, AI is not 100%.
No,
right?
and there's been many times where I try to use it and it gives me the most outrageous results.
Yep.
I'm like, never mind. Okay, I'll just do this myself. It just takes me a little bit longer.
Yeah. Or it'll put like this hard line in there, and the exposures won't quite match.
Yeah. Yep,
And
I've
so I'll
seen
have
that
to go
too.
back in and rebuild it. But again, it is a localized adjustment that's happening on the computer, that it is analyzing
Well, and the
what
other,
is around in the image to basically blend in that part,
yeah,
right?
and the other part of it is the fact that you are the one that's doing it, right? Like you have intent for what you are using it for.
Right.
This is exactly what I want this to do.
I do not. I'm not
it's
changing the
not-
photograph.
Right.
I'm not changing the photograph. I'm not.
Right. You're not.
I'm not using it. I'm not using it as a way to fix all my screw ups. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
I'm not
like
using
a,
it because the lighting looked like
Give
crap.
me a cool fantasy background that I don't know how to do myself.
Right. I'm not
know, like-
changing the photograph. All I'm doing, I'm using it because I still can go in and clone all that stuff out. I could still totally do that. But again, like you said, it's just workflow stuff. When
Yeah.
you're doing it fairly, it's nice to have it done in like 2 seconds instead of having to rebuild stuff.
Well,
Especially
and when
like,
it comes to doing like professional grade work, you really can't use the AI for that because, like you said,
You
like
can't.
it can't match the resolution.
No.
It doesn't. It looks so bad when you print it out or when you look at it like full screen on a computer.
like
and-
it only literally looks good on a phone.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not something that, and it's like horrifying how many people believe that it's just this novelty kind of a thing. Like it's,
Yeah.
but like it's here. It's not going anywhere.
No, it's not. I just, the thing that hurts me the most, it's kind of like it's like when Snapchat came out with all the like beautifying filters and stuff like that for Snapchats and the Instagram
yeah.
filters and stuff like that. Like people are buying into this and they're like, "Oh my God, these look amazing" and stuff like that. And you did such an amazing job on photograph. Like, stop using that crap. First of all, everybody knows you're using it. I will tell you right
Yeah.
now,
Everybody
literally,
can tell.
if you're using those kind of filters,
Everybody-
everybody knows it.
everybody
Everybody
can
knows
tell.
you don't look like that. Because the minute they meet you in person, they are going to be like, "You don't look anything like that." So just stop, because everybody knows.
Just
Second,
stop.
just
Stop doing it,
every
please.
like
if you really want to look good, please just like get in touch with one of us.
Hire a photographer, right?
Seriously, we both know what we're doing.
but
And we're not the only people out there that know what we're doing. And
right.
yeah,
But I mean, the thing that goes into like the whole thing, I have, and you feel the same way I do, and I have always said, and I will always say, everybody's beautiful. Everybody deserves beautiful photographs, and beauty does not
Absolutely.
come in a size,
no.
right?
Absolutely not.
I mean, if you want to make changes in your life because that's how you feel and stuff like that, like that's on you. Like that's
Yeah,
not.
like there's nothing wrong.
Stop asking photographers to be like, tuck this. Can you liquefy that? Can you make me 10 pounds? No, because you're
Yeah,
beautiful
no.
the way you are. If you want to do that stuff for yourself, you go right ahead and do that for yourself. Don't ask your photographer to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're just adding to that stigma of what society calls beautiful, and that's the problem that we live in. We have all these influencers out there using all these skin softening filters and, oh, I'm going to liquefy my butt so it comes out and a little more pop there, and oh, I think my chest needs to be expanded. Like literally, and then you go see them in real life and you're like, they don't look anything like that. Well, yeah, because it's photoshopped shit.
Well, and then it just goes back to the whole like, what are you even looking at that's real these days?
Right.
You know, like there's enough fakeness out there as it is. You don't need to throw yourself into it too.
And that kind of goes back to the post that I made about my Miss Minnesota, contestant that I shot. Right. I told you this when we were talking about it. Like I have a love-hate relationship with that photo that I posted on my Facebook because I normally don't.
You just have a hard time talking about it.
Well, I don't want it to sound like, I don't want to be mean. And I like to choose my words carefully. Like I normally am not that heavy-handed when I edit because I don't feel the need. I don't feel the need to have to edit that heavily because I don't, like, again, it's kind of perpetuating that, a little bit of that stigma that everybody has flawless skin and stuff like that. But at the same time, I have been hired and I'm an employee. Like, you have to realize that as photographers, when people hire us, we are their employees, right?
It's a lot of what really makes and breaks different photographers in this business is your ability to service the customer.
Right.
And yeah.
Unfortunately, the standard for the Miss America and Miss Minnesota headshots are heavily edited, airbrushed headshots. I don't agree with it. Some people could say, oh, well, if you don't agree with it, then don't do it. I'm like, yeah, but that's true.
Don't agree with it on like a morality level.
Right. That's true, but I also have to be able to pay bills.
Right. So it's like, well, on that note, did I tell you, I didn't tell you about this one photo request that I got.
We're going to get there.
I didn't even respond to this guy.
But I mean, it's no different than like people that are yelling about carbon emissions and stuff like that and they're driving around in a car. You know what I mean? Like, there are very few people that yell and scream around. Yeah, you still have to get places, right? And some people have gotten electric cars. Some people do ride bikes and stuff like that. But there are probably plenty of people that still yell and scream about it that are driving around in their 1989 Toyota Corolla just spewing fumes into the air because that's what they have to do to get to the places that they need to be. They're trying to mitigate it as best they possibly can. And, like I said, one of the things that I will not do, you can ask me and I will have this conversation with you. I don't tuck, I don't liquefy, I don't do what I call body modification, right? I don't poof cheeks, I don't do any of that stuff. Like, if you want to do that for yourself, in some way, shape, or form, whether it's injections or if you want to start dieting or whatever,
right.
Like whatever, that's on you. But I am not going to liquefy. Be happy in the body. Like you could be confident in the body.
Well, and it's funny you bring that up because I had a wedding client, I think this was 2 years ago now. They loved my work. Yeah. We signed a deposit. They booked, did their engagement shoot. And after the engagement shoot, she didn't like how she looked. She wanted me to slim her down. That was her request. Can you slim me down? And my response was, these are beautiful photographs. I'm very proud of them. Like, what else could I do? I don't really do that. You know, I'm not gonna slim people down. That doesn't sit right with me. Like, with our other business, with Lakes and Lace, like our roster of models, we have people of all shapes and sizes, and
because everybody's
beautiful, and
Right.
that doesn't come in a size. It's not like I'm not gonna, you know, like I'm just not. It just like rubbed me the wrong way, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna do that, and she actually canceled me as her photographer. She was like, you know what? It's fine. Keep the deposit. We'll find somebody else.
I'm going to.
And
'cause-
I straight up, I was like, well, yeah. I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to. It's in my contract. But,
Yeah.
but I was just like, wow, I dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Honestly, yeah, you really did.
How
Because
she
if
would
they're
have
going to
been
be
with
like
her wedding
that.
photos.
Yeah.
And this girl was gorgeous, you know, like, and her fiance was great. They were happy.
Yeah.
Their photos were gorgeous. I had them in my portfolio for the longest time until I got better work. But it was like, man, no, I'm not going to do that.
I've shot bodies of every shape and size too, and you know the amount of feedback that I've gotten from people that's have, and I'm talking like my boudoir work, right? I'm talking my boudoir work. The amount of people that have come back to me and said, I cannot believe how beautiful I look in these.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it's about.
That's seriously like when you take a shot and you go, ooh, and then you show them the back of the camera and then they're just like speechless.
One of the highest praises I ever got in a boudoir shoot. I'm not going to name names, but if the person watches the podcast, they'll probably know that I'm talking about them. She was a mom, you know, incredibly large chested, you know, a little, you know, I mean, I don't. And we did this shot, and she had tears in her eyes, and she said, I have never felt more beautiful than I do right now with this photo. That's the highest praise I can
That, ladies and gentlemen, and all you beautiful folks, is the difference between a photographer and AI. AI cannot give you that kind of actual, real confidence.
No.
It
Because
just can't.
Actually, what it's going to end up doing is making you feel worse about yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's going to fix you.
Right.
You don't need to be fixed.
Right. You don't.
You just need to shoot with somebody who knows what they're doing.
Right. You
Like-
need to be posed and lit.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it takes.
You don't
Sometimes you don't even need to be posed. Sometimes you already know how to pose yourself.
Yeah.
All you need is somebody to properly light and capture you.
If you have somebody that's staring at your face 3 feet away from a 35 millimeter with a 35 millimeter lens or a 20 millimeter lens, go the other direction, because you want to add 10 pounds. That's the way to do it, right? That's where that mantra came from. The camera adds 10 pounds is because people were using wide angle lenses up close, and a wide angle lens.
Oh my God,
when
that
you're
makes
up close,
so much sense.
because
Yes.
when you're wide, it goes
because
whoop.
of lens distortion.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so crazy.
that's
I
where
had
that
no
that's where that
idea.
came from.
I
Wide
had
angle
no idea
lenses up
that's where
close.
that came from.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's why a lot of people that's why portrait lenses and stuff like that. That's why the 85s, anything 85 and above, because the amount of compression you get.
this contact lens and this eye.
Dude, your eyes
We
are
are-
watering
I
pretty
know. I'm
fierce.
trying to get them to because this contact and I
Yeah.
are not friends today. Yeah,
So-
one of my favorite portrait lenses is actually this guy right here.
Yeah.
This is a F130, or it's a 135 f2.
Yeah. Great focal length.
Yeah.
That's why the 70 to 200s are so popular. You rack that some bitch out at 200 mil, the compression you get. It's just the way the lens handles distortion, right? And wide angle lenses add a lot of distortion. You can take the lens cap off.
Yeah, that's helpful.
See, if you had a mirrorless, you would have, known that right away.
Oh yeah, you've never made that mistake before, huh?
Nope,
Why not?
because I have a mirrorless.
Oh, what does the mirrorless do?
It's black, and I'm like, oh, lens cap.
Oh yeah, same fucking thing. It's crazy.
So yeah. Anyway, We kind of got off on a tangent there a little
That
bit.
was satisfying, wasn't it?
Away from AI.
Do you like that shutter click?
Mine does the same thing.
Not like that.
Sure. Yeah, I know it's faster.
Sir, this is a K10D. Have some respect.
I have a belly button. So yeah, AI, like my view echoes yours. If you're calling yourself a photographer and you're pumping your crap through ChatGPT or any of them,
Fucking pegging GPUs at some server
yeah,
hundreds of miles away.
fucking hang it up. I have zero respect for you as a photographer at that point.
Yeah.
I really do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna talk to you about photography. You're literally you're a hack. You're a hack. You're letting a computer make your shitty photos better. like that's all you're
really
doing.
what it is.
Yeah, you got shitty photos. You pump them through a computer to make them look better. No, sorry.
Yep.
I have worked too hard. To learn my craft.
I mean, tens of thousands of hours of learning, and who knows how many days and hours actually practicing.
Right. Or watching YouTube videos.
That's what I mean. Like,
how many camera well, I mean, I've gone through more camera bodies than you because, you have all of yours. But
how do you have gone through more than I have? How many camera bodies have you gone through?
let's see. There's a D80, D7000, D7100, D600, D810, Z6, and I still have my Z7, Z8. So, six
I
camera
guess
bodies?
when you got to keep releasing new cameras because you're suck, that's what you got to do.
What?
Just taking a stab at Nikon. Come on now.
What? That makes no sense at all.
Just have to keep buying
No,
the next model, and the next model, and the next model.
All of those, dude, like literally up until the Z6, all of my camera bodies were used.
Kidding.
They were all used, and they were all like several years old.
I'm just saying.
Except the D80. The D80 was. It was a. Still mad at National Camera for this. They were getting rid of the D80s because the D90s had come out, and so they sold me a D80 instead of the D90, which the D90 had more features that I really wanted. I didn't know I wanted them until I started learning photography. But anyway, that's another story. But every single camera body I have ever owned up until the Z6 were all used and all several years old. The Z7, when I got the Z7, I got that camera used. I still bought that Z7 and it was used. The only two brand new bodies I've ever bought in my entire 16 years of doing this was the Z6 and the Z8. That's it. Everything else has been used. And a couple generations behind because that's what I could afford.
That's fair. Well, and that's the nice thing with photography is, like, fundamentally speaking, you don't need the best of the best or
The whole
latest and greatest
The whole ISO
and the megapixel
thing now.
thing.
Okay, yeah. So the whole ISO arguments nowadays are really a moot point.
I can shoot up to ISO 1 million.
Okay,
Are you
great.
ever going to?
No. Well, I mean, I've done 512,000 once just to try it.
Right, but like
no,
just to try.
Realistically, I hardly ever get over 6,400. But the reality of it is with the that's another thing. Getting back into the AI thing, the AI denoising stuff. Now that they have like in Lightroom,
I've had
and
very
with Topaz.
interesting mixed results with it.
Well, if you're using the Lightroom one, I can understand that.
It's good for like just general noise and like regular photography. It is absolute hot garbage for Astro. Absolute garbage.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
it is so terrible. It can't tell the difference between stars and noise, and it gets rid of probably 25% of the stars that are in the black. And then it creates like these weird like squiggly artifacts. And
So
it's just,
I will say that I know what you're talking about. There are ways to mitigate that and work with it. But like when I'm talking about the AI denoise, I'm not talking about cranking it to 100 and it completely eliminating all noise out of the photograph, because it's still going to look like a hot mess.
Yeah.
I'm talking about finding that happy medium where you probably are still going to have a little bit of noise, but it's going to save all the detail in your photo, and you're just going to have a little bit of noise in there. It's basically just toning it down a little bit more. There are ways to tweak that. Before the AI revolution and the AI denoise that Photoshop and Lightroom has put in, there was a company called Imagenomic that had a noiseware program, and it had varying degrees of levels that you could do. And I always found that I would use the landscape denoise because there was still noise in the photo, but it didn't wipe out all the detail. Otherwise, yeah. So if you tweak some of that, you could probably, like, if you lessen the intensity and stuff like that, you might get a little bit. But
I've had much better results just going in pixel peeping, like 200% zoom, and balancing the sharpness and the radius.
But there's other ways that you can mitigate that too, like bias frames, and like if you're using Deep Sky Stacker, you do your lights, you do your darks, you do your biased frames and stuff like that, and it will actually take that stuff out. But now you're talking about an Astro session that instead of taking an hour, it's going to take you like 3, because you got to capture all the rest of the stuff. Because
yeah,
I don't remember how it all pans out, but I just know that some of it like the dark frames, I think you literally have to take it in the same environment that you're shooting. You just put your lens cap on, and that will give the noise profile of the sensor and stuff like that. But again, if you take 600 light frames of your stars and stuff like that, then you have to take 600 dark frames at the same settings. It will mitigate the noise, but
you just need one.
For the dark frames?
Yeah, maybe 2.
Oh, it's been a while since I've looked into it, but I can't. Maybe it was the bias frame.
Because then you would tell the program in what order to stack the photos, and usually you want the black frame to be first, and then stack on top of it, and then you add another one at the end.
Yeah,
and then it denoises it.
I didn't get that into it, but again,
we could have an Astro weird photography episode.
I mean, I have a star tracker that I still have yet to use.
You haven't used it yet?
Never once.
I thought you'd used it already.
I charged it, and
You haven't used it.
haven't used it.
That's crazy.
Well, I wanted it. I missed my opportunity because when it was all nice and warm outside, I should have been outside shooting the Orion Nebula, so I wasn't freezing my butt off, because the only time it shows up is late fall or, into the winter. But just didn't get out. So anyway,
Conclusion about AI and pissing people off and
I'm gonna
hurting people's feelings. And I'm not
if you're
giving a
feeling,
shit.
you know what?
If your feelings are hurt, good. Go learn something.
But the thing of it is that if your feelings are hurt, it's probably because you're guilty of doing it.
Yeah,
And
that too.
now you're going to feel like shit for doing it.
Yeah, because you've been called out. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. And actually, we're not the only people that feel that way. It's like photographers across the board that are worth their salt are like basically saying the same thing. Like if you are doing that with AI, if you are
And again,
really changing that image.
Yeah, like again, we're talking the difference between using AI as a tool to benefit yourself as an artist versus giving AI a complete photograph and it regurgitating what it thinks looks better.
Well, and honestly, basically using it as a cover-up for your shitty work. And I'm just going to say that. You got shitty work, you can pop it into ChatGPT and it makes it look like you've been shooting for 20 years. The problem is when they go to print it out, This is gonna fucking fall apart because it can't do high res. Looks great on the phone.
Yeah. And man, like you can't understand the kind of confidence that comes from an actual real photograph of yourself taken by a photographer that actually knows what they are doing. Like, I couldn't count how many clients between headshots and seniors and weddings and engagement photos and maternity and newborns and boudoir, and how many clients have you heard that go, wow, I didn't know I looked that good? You know?
Yeah.
Like, could you count? I could try, but I'm not going to.
No.
I'm going to lose count after a while.
I mean, I've had people that have not been happy with the way I've done certain things.
I had one headshot client that it was such a good photograph. I thought it was like one of the best headshots that I'd taken in a long time. His immediate response was, "Wow, I look terrible." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, you gained a lot of weight. What do you want me to tell you?" Like, this dude was super fit the last time I saw him. I mean, like, 6-pack, like, toned, super fit last time I saw him. And at these headshots, I mean, he had perfect dad body like I do. And I was just like, yeah, dude, you gained weight. Like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, hey, just slim. No, I'm not going to fucking slim you down.
Right.
No.
So stop.
Stop relying on digital crap. Full stop. Period. Stop relying on digital crap. AI slop.
Yeah.
Filters.
God, it just. You're not worth your salt.
Imagine spending your last hour, instead of hanging out with us and listening to us bitch, imagine listening to 2 AI chat bots bitching about.
Well, and as a client, okay, so I'm going to come at this from the client point of view too. Like, are you really willing to give your money to somebody that's just going to take your photo, throw it into an AI program, and spit it back out? Like,
yeah, that's not even trying.
that would piss me off. Like, why the hell am I giving you money? I can goddamn do that myself now.
That's true.
Like, literally, why am I paying you if you're gonna just spew out this, if you're just gonna throw it into wherever and give it a couple command prompts to make this photo? Why the hell am I paying you?
And honestly, as a client, also from that perspective, I don't want you taking pictures of me or my kids.
Well, right, because now you're feeding the AI
put
machine.
them into an algorithm, and no, because that's my likeness, that's my identity, that's my kids. You know, like, don't do that. And Jesus, don't ever do that without someone's permission, like explicit written permission. Yes, you have my permission to use my image for AI. Yeah. You know, like if you're just taking people's images and putting them in, no, that's just sleazy. That's, yeah.
In conclusion, all you AI photographers out there, you're no talent hacks and you suck.
Basically, that.
Yeah. Like, I may never get. You know what? I may never get anywhere in my you know, like with photography. I'm never going to be in Dubai shooting supermodels for Victoria's Secret or something. Like, that's never going to be the thing. But Jesus Christ, people do better.
Right? Like, I may never get that. You know, I might never get big and famous. That's fine. But I'm still going to
I don't do this because I want to get big and famous.
Right.
I do this because I love to do it.
Right.
I love bringing joy to people and them being able to actually look on the back of the camera and go, oh my God, that looks amazing. And I love that, instead of, oh, hang on, let me go home and pump it through the computer first.
Right, right. Or those clients that just come back year after year because they love how you capture them.
Right.
And yeah, AI can't do that.
No.
So,
you know what? If you want to do that extra shit, then you know what? Put in the work and learn how to be a composite photographer then.
Yeah.
Joel Grimes has tons of videos you can go and buy to learn how to do composite photography. He's an amazing composite photographer.
It's a total thing. You know, like, make it your own actual original creation as an artist.
Right.
Otherwise, actual artists aren't going to take you seriously. It's as simple as that.
Well, that's just it. And you know what? It's a craze right now because it's new and different. people are starting to burn out on it already.
Yeah.
And they're just like, everything they look at, and they're like, eh.
More AI slop.
Yep, more AI slop.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
I think that's it.
I think that's our official
That's it.
outro of
Yeah.
episode 5.
Yep.
The episode that might piss people off.
You know what? And if you are pissed off, good. Do better.
All right. Pixels and plunder.
Pixels and plunder.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate you guys.
We'll see you next time.
In 3 weeks.
Maybe sooner than that. We'll see.
I hope so. I hope so.